Dr. Priya Matthews,
Hi.
welcome to the Valder Beebe Show, live out of Dallas, Texas. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Well, you're going to talk about something I think a lot of people can understand, but they don't know why it's happening. Dry eye. This is Dry Eye Awareness Month, Dr. Matthews, and I know you know that. So let's get into why Dry Eye Awareness Month. Why are we even celebrate or being aware of this?
Dry eye disease is so important, and I'm really excited that you have me today. I'm teaming up with Avi to talk a little bit more about it, as well as options to temporarily relieve these symptoms. It's a chronic condition affecting over 35 million Americans, and just like you mentioned, we're seeing it more and more in our clinics every day. They can be triggered by many different factors. It could be age, gender. Women in particular are more at risk. Contact lens wear, certain medications you may take orally, and certain diseases, for example, autoimmune disease, that puts you at higher risk for dry eye disease. But all of these basically cause burning, irritation, and discomfort from an insufficient amount of tears or poor quality of tears on the surface of the eye. The cornea should be very hydrated and nice and smooth, and when that doesn't happen, that's when our patients suffer.
I want my audience to know that Dr. Priya Matthews is a board-certified, fellowship-trained cataract, reflective, and cornea surgeon at the Center for Sight in Southwest Florida. So she comes well qualified to talk about dry eyes. Dr. Matthews, is this more common at a certain time of year? Because like the summertime, is it more common? Tell me about that.
I think for those of us who are living in the South, certainly when the air condition is blowing into our eyes and our faces, it is more common. But different people have different triggers. It can happen any time of the year. As you mentioned, environment does matter. Wind, extreme air condition, heating, smoke, dust, all of those are going to be triggers. But also lifestyle matters as well and can trigger dry eye. For example, those who travel a lot on airplanes, or those who play a lot of sports outdoors, or this is a big one, people who are spending hours in front of their screen for work or for pleasure. We really don't blink as much when we're on our screens, and that really does aggravate or exacerbate dry eye disease. And for those patients, I tell them, once you know your triggers, try to use these over-the-counter artificial tears before or after those activities to relieve those symptoms of dry eye disease.
Okay. So should if I feel I have dry eyes, know I have dry eyes, should I just get something over the counter? Because one of my posters from Instagram said that they tried something over the counter and they had burning and stinging. They had to get a recommended from their doctor that had no chemicals in it.
I love that you brought that up. When we go to the grocery store, there are so many different options, and that's why I personally, over 10 years, have really directed my patients to go to Refresh. It's a trusted brand. The company behind it, AbbVie, has over 75 years of experience in eye care, and they have a lot of options: drops, gels, and ointments, and as you mentioned, preservative-free options. So as a cornea specialist, I always prefer my patients using preservative-free. It's just more gentle on the surface of the eye and very safe to use many times during the day and for years. So that's a great point that you bring up.
Okay. So as I wrap up, tell me about 2 new products from Refresh. I heard they've got some new products.
That's exactly right. So the 2 new products are the Refresh Relieva PF, which stands for Preservative-Free Extra, and Refresh Tears PF. Both come in this multi-dose soft squeeze bottle, and they both feature a double lockout technology that prevents air from actually going into it, so that reduces the risk of contamination. They both incorporate the hydrocell technology, which really enables rehydration and helps maintain the cell volume on the surface of the eye. So these are 2 great preservative-free options that I like to direct my patients to that will provide temporary relief from dry eye symptoms.
Dr. Matthews, this has been so informative, but I'd like to take this one from Facebook. The poster says that They think they're having dry eyes. They feel like they've got grit in their eyes all the time. Should they see a doctor or just buy something over the counter?
I would say both. You can always start with artificial tears. Specifically, I like the preservative-free ones because that will be most eye doctors' first go-to option anyways. So, and if it still persists, they should see their eye doctor. And anyways, I recommend for all patients to get routine eye exams because you never know what's going on. So that's very important. Just like your annual physical, the eye health is very important. So I think I would recommend doing both.
Dr. Matthews, I talk about a lot of different medical things that are going on, but this is a really important one, and I don't think I get an opportunity to speak on it enough because the eyes are the window to the soul. So you got to have good eyes, right?
That's exactly right. Thank you, Valder, for really valuing this discussion, which I'm so passionate about.
Thank you, Dr. Matthews. Continue to do good work.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.